Welcome back to Bernadette Gold Unfiltered. I'm Bernadette Gold, and this is season 2. We the people have power. I'm starting this season today because something happened yesterday that I can't let pass without talking about it. And I think you need to hear it if you haven't already.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
Not even a little bit. I want you to let that land for a second because I think a lot of us heard that and immediately started processing it, started explaining it. Some people did mental gymnastics to make it mean something other than exactly what it means. Stop. Let it mean what it means. The President of the United States was asked directly, to what extent is the financial situation of Americans motivating you to make a deal? And he said, not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. That's not a gaffe, and it's not out of context. That's a direct answer to a direct question captured on camera. The same day, inflation hit a 3-year high. The day he got on a plane to China with Elon Musk and a group of billionaires, his family, while the Iran war stretches into its 11th week. And gas prices keep climbing. 76% of Americans say they disapprove of what's happening to the cost of just living their lives. He said the quiet part out loud. You need to believe him. I know what some of you are feeling right now, and I want to name it because I don't think enough people are. There's a specific feeling when you suspect something and it gets confirmed. That feeling's not anger, although anger is completely valid. It's something that sits heavier than anger. It's the feeling of the ground underneath your feet shifting, the thing you've been holding on to, even a small part of you that still believed that even if they were failing you, they were at least trying. Well, that's gone now. He removed it himself yesterday on camera. And then you go on social media and half the country is defending it, explaining it away, saying he meant something else and that it's out of context. In fact, there were tons of senators saying, oh, I didn't hear him say that, as if we're overreacting. And that's probably the most disorienting part of all of this. Not just what he said, but watching people defend it. I want to say this as clearly as I can. You're not overreacting. In fact, I think most people are underreacting. The fear you feel about your financial life, your future right now is absolutely rational. And that anger is earned. 65% of Americans disapprove of how this administration is handling the economy. 76% disapprove of how they're handling the cost of living. So you're not alone in this. You're not crazy and you're not wrong. I want to say something that I know is going to land differently than what you're hearing everywhere else right now. I'm not going to tell you to go vote, although I think you should. I'm not going to tell you to protest, although I think you should. I'm not going to tell you to call your representative, your senator, your member of the House. It is not because those things don't matter. It's because none of them pay your rent or your mortgage this month. They don't put food on your table this week. I want to ask you a question that's slightly different today. Now that you know with absolute certainty, because he told you directly on camera that your financial survival is not being considered by the people making decisions that affect it, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about your own financial future, survival, and security? Because here's the thing about that quote nobody's talking about. He didn't just tell you he doesn't think about your finances. He confirmed something much bigger. He confirmed that the system was never designed to care about you. And it's not new. It didn't start yesterday. The financial situation of working people has never been the primary consideration of the people at the very top of this system. What is new is that someone said it out loud and didn't apologize for it, actually defended it without even pausing. And the people around him, the Musks, the Thiels, the Bezos on that plane to China, they're not thinking about your financial situation either. They're thinking about theirs. They're very good at thinking about themselves. And the decisions being made at that level of power are being made for that level of wealth, not yours and not mine. So the real question is not how do we get them to care, because we can't. They told you they don't. The question is, what do you do with your own life right now, knowing what you know? I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. I didn't start because I had a great business idea or because I read a book about passive income. I started because a company I worked for was shut down without warning. I was a single mom with bills and suddenly no way to pay for them. And I made a decision at my kitchen table that I've never walked back from. The decision was this: I'm never going to let anyone else hold the keys to my financial survival again. And it wasn't because I'd figured it out. I hadn't. It wasn't because I wasn't scared. I was terrified. It was because depending on a system that had just confirmed it didn't consider me, it was the only thing more dangerous than the risk of building something on my own. And I want to say something about that might be uncomfortable. When you build your own income, when you do business with independent people, and when you spend your money with people who are building something outside the system that's extracting from you, you aren't just surviving, you're changing the math. Every dollar that moves through independent hands is a dollar that doesn't go to consolidate the power of the people making decisions against you every day. That is not a small thing. It's not idealism, it's economics. We, the people, have the power. It's economic power. And it starts with a decision about what you do with your own income and your own money, as well as time. Here's where I'm going to end for today. Trump told you the truth yesterday. And in a strange way, I think you should receive it as a gift, because now you know exactly where you stand and you can make your own decisions accordingly. The question isn't about what you post about. The question is, what do you do with your own financial life starting this week? If you don't know where to start, if you're not sure you're built for earning your own income, even if it's a side hustle right now, I created a free quiz called the Income Archetype Quiz. It takes just about 5 minutes. It's not a personality test, it's diagnostic. It tells you which of 5 income archetypes you are, whether you currently have what it takes to build income that belongs to you, and what your first move is, whether you're ready or not. You can take it right on my website, bernadettegold.com. Go do it. Find out, are you ready to take your financial future into your own hands? And if you're not, what's the next step? This is season 2 of Bernadette Gold Unfiltered. We, the people, have power. I'll be uploading new episodes every week. And we're going to be talking about exactly this: what power you have, how to think about it clearly, and how to use it in a world that was designed to make you forget the power you have inside. Thanks for being here. Leave me a comment and let me know. Are you fired up? Are you ready to go? I'll see you in the next episode.